the other day, they said the conference finals would be special either way. Now that it's Montreal, does that make it a little more special considering you got your start there?
Well, either team presents its challenges. The fact that I started in Montreal, I mean, for me, I've got nothing but positive memories from my time there. It was my first chance to coach at the NHL level. I worked with some great people, and if I'm here today, it's because I started there.
How tight are you with Michelle? I know you were in the organization together.
Oh, I'm very close with Michelle. I mean, he's one of the guys that, through the years, shared our experiences. I've always been very close. I mean, I coached against him in junior. When I was named the Habs, I recommended that he coach our farm team. So I got a lot of respect for him.
On a broader spectrum, how special is it that's an original six matchup, which you would have had either way, but just in general, what that means to this league in the playoffs?
I mean, those original 6 games are always exciting, and there's a lot of history, associated with both teams. Playing against Montreal, Canadian team, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I think our group right now is real excited about this opportunity. I'm sure the Habs feel the same way, and both teams are starting their preparation right now.
Brad said that, it's very important earlier in the year when you address the team's struggles in Montreal and said, you know what, I played here, there are no ghosts in this building. You made a joke about it, you lightened the mood a little bit. Just, could you tell that that made a difference for them?
Who knows?
I mean, feel free to take the credit here.
You know what, at the end of the day, I mean, Montreal is a great building to play, whether you're a home team, and I can talk from experience, or you're the visiting team. Just like playing at Madison Square Garden, I mean, you're talking about great buildings, a lot of fun, and what we're going to try and do is basically what we've tried to do all year. We're going to prepare for a tough opponent. We're going to come up with a plan and try to execute our plan. And Montreal is, I mean, they've just beaten the best team in the NHL. So we're going to have our hands full.
Watching that game yesterday, were you watching it as a coach, trying to break down tendencies? You watching it as a fan? Take us through watching that game yesterday.
You know what, last night I was just watching the game as a fan. It was Game 7. I knew I was going to have enough time to prepare. I had a pretty good feel for both teams, Boston and Montreal. So I just watched that game as a fan and the excitement of a Game 7, and it was good.
Had a couple of days off.
You always talk about confidence, but coming out of the last series, as you go forward now, do you think that this team is at a higher level than they've been all year?
To get here, you have to play well, and you have to feel good about your game. And us being down 3-1, to battle back the way we did, and to go through, with Marty, tough moment there. Obviously, I think brought our team tighter and closer together. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think for a long time since Christmas, we've been playing some real good hockey, and we just brought it to the playoffs.
I know what you expect from your goalie and what you've gotten from Hank, pretty much from the first week of December on. But did you see something in those last 3 games against Pittsburgh that you hadn't seen from him, or?
Not really. I mean, I've seen great goaltending from him. Since probably after Christmas, when our team started to turn things around, and we're like any team. I mean, the foundation of a team a lot of times is goaltending and getting the right saves at the right time. And you take the Pittsburgh game, like we had played a pretty good 50 minutes there, and their last 10 minutes they pushed us hard as I've seen anybody push at us. And he made in a minute sequence there, he made 5 key saves. A lot of times we don't give up 5 scoring chances in 20-30 minutes. We gave 5 in about a minute and 2 seconds, I want to say. that's what great goaltenders have to do, and that's what he's done for us.
He kind of joked that it's been a long time now since he's played in Montreal. Do you think that plays into anything?
I mean, this year, I mean, it just happened that way. I mean, Can't played both games. The 1-0 game there that we won, I don't remember exactly the time in our last game of the year, which basically meant nothing for both teams, so I just wanted to get Hank a rest. So wherever we would have played, whether it would have been Boston or Montreal, I know he would have been excited. It's Montreal. I'm sure he's ready to play.
Does it feel good to finally get 2 days of rest, 2 days off the ice for the first time in a long time?
I mean, for us, you know, having gone through 2 7-game series, this time here is good. We were able to, you know, yesterday work with the NHL for the schedule. Marty's funeral was supposed to be Saturday. We couldn't move the time of the game, so Marty, being who he is, was able to move the funeral to Sunday. So Sunday, as a team, we'll be able to attend his mother's funeral, and hopefully we'll play a good game Saturday before, and get ready for the next one after.
There's a few guys on this team who were here in 2012 for the run to the conference final then. Have you had any discussion about that run with those players, and how much of an asset is that experience for this team?
You know, I haven't talked to the team yet. I felt that these 48 hours after this win was important to players. They've got to do what they feel is best. Some guys, if they felt that it was best to totally rest, then that's what they should do. Some guys went on the ice today. They know what they need to do at this time. We'll talk to the team tomorrow, and we're going to start focusing on Montreal tomorrow.
Do you expect that experience from 2012, from the conference final, then will help this time around?
It's a different team, different dynamics. I mean, different pieces to that team to this team now. So, experience is always good. It's a hard thing to get sometimes, but it's good to have. And if it helps our team against Montreal, then so be it.
Coach,
you talk a little bit about
series when things weren't going as well before you guys went on the run. You kind of challenged McDonough, said he wasn't playing at his best. What did you see from him in the latter games that reminded you of the player you saw in the regular season?
I think when I said he had played a good game, and a lot of people pointed that out to me, and I said, yes, he did play. He needs to continue to play like that, and he's not hurt. And you know, Ryan's been our leader from the defensive end, from our Ds all year long. He's the guy that's logged the most minutes. He's played against the top players on the other team. He plays power play. He plays penalty killing. We need him to be at his best. He is playing better now.
With Benoit,
a similar team to your the Canadiens, built somewhat similarly and playing similar to the way they played.
Well, knowing that, like I know them well, I know the coaching staff well. I mean, they're a real well-coached team that you know, plays a real good system, and they play a real smart game. So, you know, we're gonna, like they're gonna do today, we're gonna analyze you know, their past games and try and come up with a plan to make sure that we play well against them.
can you speak a little bit
We'll
to
do one more and then we'll switch
what has
over to
worked
French.
what's worked with Benoit? Who, you know, obviously played very well with that line since Christmas. Why has he been able to settle in? What are you seeing?
Well, Benoit's got a tremendous amount of skill and size and speed, and chemistry started to form between those 3 players. I think they complement one another real well, and you know, sometimes a coach-player relationship takes a little bit of time to understand how best to approach a player and handle a player. It took me a little bit of time to understand how best to handle Ben, and I think I've got it figured out. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I do.
Okay.